Yeah, both these teams are ready to go for this tip-off. I mean, coming off last season, Concordia 18-8 record and Duhawks 23-7 record. So both teams looking great, but Duhawks went 14-12 last year at home. So they got that home court advantage. We'll see how it pans out here tonight.
And getting right to work early is Jordan Johnson, the 6'6" guard out of Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Taking it strong to the hole. There's the Duhawk offense. They love to run that 4-out, 1-in look. As that one nearly stolen, now it is poked away by Boyd. And so saves a fast break opportunity, but nonetheless it's going to be a turnover for the Duhawks. We're talking about some of those guys that are back for the season. When Jordan Boyd started last year, Phil Navigado, Jordan Matthews, Ro McGowan, even JT Ford, they all got solid minutes last year, and it's nice to see them in the starting lineup.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, Coach Munder went so deep with the lineup last year. He was playing 11, 12 guys a game. So these are all guys that have somewhat of experience. It's just tough coming from a team that graduated, like we said, 12 seniors last year. That's an absurd number.
And that was Brandon Keller inside, getting a tough deuce to go on Jordan Matthews. Into Rowan McGowan into Navi. Navi, tough bucket inside, doesn't get it to go. And that's corralled by Johnson. Johnson pushing it, fast break opportunity. And immediately, Joey Zietlow gets the 2. And a quick 6-0 lead the Falcons jump out to.
It's a really quick lead for the Falcons. There you can see the energy on the Falcon bench. This team is fired up and ready to go.
As Navigado kind of stops the bleeding early with his first bucket of the game. Navigado had himself a game last night. He was penetrating into the lane, getting a lot of good looks, but he was also knocking down a few 3 balls as well. As that one inside, and we have a first foul of the contest. That's going to go on JT Ford. And as Xavier Sanchez and I were talking a little bit last night, it's nice to see Ford, who has always been kind of a role player, finally getting in the starting lineup here in his senior year.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, just a lot of these guys playing role player minutes last year, so different role this year for them. Not so much role player anymore, but starters now, and we'll see what they can do here as they bring the ball back down on the court on offense.
This team has a lot of new faces, a lot of depth. So does Concordia, but they have a lot more experience. Here's Navi now at the top of the key. Looks for McGowan. McGowan had the hot hand last night against Blackburn, and that's going to be Olalekan George on the reach-in. Great trying to find Navigado in the corner, and then draws the double team, but George got a little carried away there. Here's McGowan now. Takes it back out. Matthews thought about it. Hezzy step, triple on the way, no good, and tried to be saved by Boyd, but he steps on the line. It's going to be long to the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the offensive board game pans out here. I mean, you like to see Boyd going for that rebound there. These are both teams that don't have a ton of height on them, and we're talking maybe 6'4", 6'5", and so offensive board's going to be absolutely crucial, especially you'll see Boyd and defensively in the post here. We'll see how this post game turns out.
Well, that was an emphasis point last night on both teams in terms of crashing the glass. Both teams kind of woke up in the second half last night between Loras and Blackburn, so we'll see if the Duhawks can get that going here early, as we have a travel call against Ford, and it's going to belong back to Concordia.
I got some kids with some cute signs.
There's a triple right off the bat, and that is pure. That is Joey Zietlow. Zietlow has already got 5 in the scoring category. There's McGowan now using that Boyd screen. He's going to get around, penetrate into the lane, doesn't get it to go. Zietlow pulls it down, and Concordia's going to take their time coming up the floor. Move inside on Ford, doesn't get it to go. Great defense by JT. And now the Duhawks are pushing. They have numbers. It's going to go to Boyd. Boyd going to power his way in, use the glass, and a nice soft touch on that layup. It's a 2 to go.
And Duhawks seeing some great looks down low. I think they just need to keep pushing it inside, keep pushing the ball quick. I got a little sloppy when they're staying on the perimeter there, so just keep working it inside.
Speaking of Boyd, he corrals the rebound. rebound. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get a tough bucket, and they're going to call it on the floor for the layup. But that's one thing watching these past couple of games with Jordan Boyd. He seems more assertive to take the ball himself coast to coast and kind of really taking that stretch 5 into effect.
Yeah, if you just saw that replay, I mean, that's a key move right there. We call it the football player move. We kind of just wrap up the ball and just truck your way inside the lane. Jordan going to pick up a foul, and we'll reset the ball up top here.
I know a lot of opponents do that with LeBron and the pros. Here's McGowan now. Double team coming. He's going to have to kick it out. Dacy Savo's got 5 to shoot. He thought about pulling it from way downtown. Instead, he's going to drive. The floater does not go, though. That's corralled by Alex Antoni. Drive inside by George. Doesn't get it to go. And here comes Ford on the other end. Duhawks love to keep up-tempo and push. Oh, nice find. Inside to Kolinsky. Kolinsky blows the bunny, though, can't finish. But McGowan there for the rebound. That's blocked from behind. Sejo pulls up from the elbow. He can't get it to go. 4 chances right there for the Duhawks, and they come away with an empty trip.
Yeah, it's always tough when you got piling on about 3 or 4 offensive rebounds and nothing will go for you. But like we said, that's that aggressiveness that'll get them extra points later on in this ballgame.
As Matthews looks like he is going to pick up the foul there.
Matthews is first. Loras team foul number 2.
Go to me. Oh, I love
This Concordia. Concordia's been pretty efficient so far on offense. Not a whole lot of shots missed. As there's a step-back jumper right there off the back iron. Corralled by Joey Zietlow, but it's going to be a push-off foul, and it's going the other way.
I like that step back from Johnson. He's the leading point scorer for Concordia. We'll see what he can do. He's only a junior and coming off some experience from a couple years now, and looking to lead this team here against Duhawks.
Even though Concordia lost against La Crosse yesterday, Jordan Johnson was still balling out. I mean, I watched a little bit of that second half of the game, and even with the game kind of in the balance for La Crosse, he was still putting up a lot of points.
And just like we were talking about last year with that depth, I mean, Loras already going three deep into their bench. We got 8 different guys who have touched the floor now, so we'll see how deep Coach Martin will continue to go with his roster.
Sejo throws a prayer and banks it in. Shot clock winding down. Great awareness by Dacy Sejo to get that shot off. So here's Jers. Oh, nice find inside, but Healy comes up with the steal. Healy, the redshirt freshman. More on him in a second. As Sejo's going to pull on the transition 3, and that is going to be no good. And back comes Concordia University of Wisconsin. And quick foul by Rowan McGowan, but a little more on Jake Healy, though, and I kind of found this out at the beginning of the season. So he started off last year as a freshman at Nebraska, did not play basketball at all there, and then after some talks, wasn't a huge fan of the big school, and decided to come small, knew a couple of guys on the team here, decided to transfer here and kind of walked on, and now it's been in the starting lineup for all 3 games for the Duhawks. So works it inside here. Triple on the way, and that is pure. Jared Jers going to get that one to go from deep. The Falcons are at 12 now. And it's a sloppy pass right there. It's looking for Jalen Boyd.
A little bit more on Jake Healy there. I like Coach Martin playing these freshmen. It's something that he's been known to do. We're talking Rowan McGowan getting a lot of minutes early on when he was a freshman, and Dacy Sejo as well. I mean, when he has a freshman he trusts, he'll put them in and get him some great looks and great minutes. And here's Healy once again.
Healy, a little tough shot, but Kolinsky cleans up. Speaking of another freshman right there, Jackson Kolinsky. He had some pretty solid playing time last year. Kind of towards the end of the season, dwindled down a little bit, but definitely in the middle. With a few guys banged up, he was definitely getting a lot of experience. So goes back out to Johnson. Johnson now with Navi on him. He takes it, pulled Juris, and we got a foul on the ground. Or wait for call.
I'll get close up on him.
So it's going to go on Jalen Boyd. Johnson swinging it around. Pretty assist right there, but the end result was not made through. And that's going to be a foul on the ground. That's going to go against Jackson Valencia.
Yeah, Coach Martin not a fan of that one, and I think it's a tough one there. You know, that's one of those off-ball fouls that, you know, just kind of catch the wrong angle. You catch the referee look at you in the wrong way, and
there's a quick triple off the inbound pass, and that one rim rattles in. That was Camden Flowers coming off the bench not too long ago, and he gets the triple to fall.
Flowers contributing 8 points a game so far this season. Working on a nice 3-ball there.
And there's a steal. Speaking of Flowers, here he comes, pushes it, but then Jordan Matthews gets it right back. Slips though, and looks like the toe tapped out of bounds, so that's going to stay with Concordia.
We'll check out the instant replay here. Flowers on the push, and Healy comes from behind, and we just slip right out of bounds. That happens every now and then. No problem there. Duhawks get the ball back here.
Yeah, and then a great defensive effort. I was touched on a little bit last night is that, you know, the Duhawks are always been known to be putting up huge numbers, but, you know, their defense within the past couple of seasons, I attribute a lot of this to Coach Martin. It's been scrappiness, and it's been a lot of quick, you know, it's led to transition points as well, and just overall great defense leading to offense.
Yeah, not afraid to play on a full court press too. You might see that a little bit later on in the game. These Duhawks love to get up in pressure.
Taking a little bit of a play out of Coach Heinzen's playbook, you know, pressing and having that full court trap the entire game for the women's team.
Right, exactly right.
So George had picked up his first foul there. And here's Jalen Boyd. Swinging it to his brother Jordan over there, and back to Jalen. Now they're playing brother ball. Here's Jalen. Inside, shot clock winding down. Oh, nice little pump fake, and finally gets it to fall. Great job by Jalen Boyd.
That's great awareness, great patience in the paint. When you can compose yourself down low like that, you'll find yourself more often than not, you're able to get a quick fake off, a quick easy bucket.
That's what Sierra calls a little 1-2 step.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's kind of an in-out spin and wait for it. And defender has hands down, you knock it down.
We got a quick replay on that foul there. Definitely from the bench, looking like the bench was reacting like a no call, but from our angle, you can see he got him right there on the face.
Yeah, we have the benefit of instant replay. Concordia, they're going to have to get it in here. That's on that 5-second call. So into Johnson now. Johnson working against Ford. He's going to have a step back mid-range, and he knocks it down.
And that is what a great playmaker does, knowing how to create space like that. Johnson using just a little bit of an elbow, but not enough that it's an offensive foul at all. Just enough to draw a little bit of a space, step back, jump high. Beautiful jump shot.
I'm talking about guys like Johnson who are going to extend the floor. And speaking of extending the floor, Boyd misses that 3, but, you know, Johnson able to extend the floor, plus, you know, that kind of mid-range game, being able to back guys down, it makes for a versatile scorer.
Exactly right.
So turnover there as George wasn't able to corral it. And now Matthews brings it up the floor with the Falcons up 7 early on in this first half. Here's Ford. Nice dish inside to Boyd. And George is going to pick up a foul. And I believe that's number 2 on George.
That is just textbook basketball right there. It's just a drive and dish. We'll check it out right here. The help defender comes over. You got to kick it to the other side of the block. And that's maybe the toughest part, just getting that pass down. And that happened perfectly right there. So we'll go to the line for 2.
As he's able to convert the first. And I think that's one of those plays where it's just wrong place, wrong time for George. As, you know, just kind of had his hand right on the wrist of Boyd.
Looks like he's never played basketball in his life.
And Boyd connects on Ben Boyd. Here's Johnson. Boyd steps out, help defense. Moving over to Flowers. Flowers driving inside, kicks it to the corner. Tray ball on the way, and that is pure. That is Brandon Persinger.
Someone I want to draw your attention to, CJ, when both teams come on the floor, they do a great job with the spacing. I mean, look how open that lane is when all the players, are cutting and moving, especially Concordia as well. They'll come down, they'll spread the floor wide out, opening up a lot of good opportunities for them.
Well, Boyd gets it to go, and great work in the lane. But the nice thing is, I mean, that's first of all, that's today's game. You look at 10, 15 years ago, a lot of basketball was played with guys crammed in the lane. A lot of congestion. You needed those big men. But now you have the stretch fives who can go out and shoot the three, but they're also able to get inside and work just like Boyd.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do when your team isn't, overly doesn't have a ton of weight or a ton of height on you. You have to spread the floor out and play a little bit of stretch basketball.
Exactly. Concordia's got numbers now. Steps out for the three. That's off the mark. And looks like Persinger is going to pick up a foul on Ocean Johnson. And Ocean Johnson may just have one of the coolest names in college basketball.
Here you go, Hope.
I don't have a lot to add on to that other than I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
When you're named after a certain body of water or a landmark, that's pretty cool, I have to say. As here's Ford inside, doesn't get that to go, but McGowan fighting for it. Ford comes up with it and keeps it alive. Double team in the corner now. Ford gets rid of it. Matthews is there. Matthews corrals it and lays it in the lane. Scrappiness, we talk about on the defensive end. How about on the offensive end, allowing for second chance opportunities?
Yeah, exactly right. And the composure. I mean, when the defense is kind of scrambling, you're looking out for those help defenders to come over.
Uh-oh.
Big break here.
Fly like an eagle, young fella. Yes, sir. It's showtime in the AWC as Boyd nonchalantly throws it down off the fast break.
Nothing wrong with a classic two-hand dunk, and we'll swing the momentum here for the Dewhawks a little bit. Oh, they're only down 2 now.
Yes, very classy. Wasn't trying to make the highlight reel. Yes, here comes Matthews. Oh, maneuvering his way around, finds the hot hand, shooter. That's 1, 2, 3. That's a triple. Chalk a 3.
And Concordia, Wisconsin will call a quick timeout, try to swing the momentum their way as the Dewhawks go up 1. Dewhawks 21, Falcons 20.
Yep, we're going to go to a quick timeout break, but we'll be back shortly. All right, welcome back here. Welcome back here midway through the first half. Here you go. So we're going to take another look at that McGowan three-point shooter, or three-point shot, just able to step into it, and that's cash money.
Yeah, in rhythm right there. You like to see that, and when you can feel the momentum of your team kind of swinging back a little bit, you have a little more liberty to shoot that, and McGowan just going to pull the trigger and knocked down a 3. He's kind of a three-point specialist for this ball club.
Well, before that timeout, the Falcons were up at 1 point, 17-10, and then Loras went on an 11-4 run. And I chalk that up a lot to the scrappiness on the defense. Defense leading the offense. We saw the steal by Boyd and the two-handed, very nonchalant slam there at the other end. Right. And then, Jordan Matthews getting a steal, kind of maneuvering, kicking it out, and McGowan, as we just saw, knocked down the triple.
Exactly right.
Jordan Johnson at the line knocks it up here. One more free throw to come. And he splits the 1 or splits the 2. And we got a knotted game at 1-1, or 21-21. There's McGowan now taking it baseline. Ooh, great block right there. That was Camden Flowers. Big time rejection.
Marin Navigado back into the game for Kalinsky.
Take a look though. Great double team right there. Keller coming over, and Flowers was able to block the shot. There's Seho on the wing. And a steal right there. Jordan Johnson, and lays it right up and in. We're back home to Dewhawks, so very quickly swings it over. McGowan inside to Ford. Ford, mid-range J, that is pure.
That's a great bucket right there. Looking down low, doesn't see it, and sees a little bit open space. Pull-up jumper, use that height.
Well, last year was all about the three-ball with Ruggles, DeConio, George. This year I've seen a lot, and even though we're only through 3 games, take it. Still seeing a lot more mid-range, slashing, a lot of backdoor cuts, and it's kind of a nice variety, and I'm wondering if they're starting to catch teams off guard by that when they're watching old film on these Duhawks.
Right. The only issue with that kind of three-ball mentality is that it becomes a live or die by the three-ball sometimes, which is really tough to bear when the three-ball just isn't falling. Thankfully for the Duhawks, I mean, last year, almost all the time, the three-ball game was working, but now when you got a smaller team, even those specialists are lost a little bit, you got to change things up, and it makes things a little more consistent down low when you can get inside and get a little closer to the hoop.
Yep, change is inevitable even in basketball. You know, you see Daisy Seho bringing up the forehand, hands it off to Healy.
Once again, Duhawks going to space out the floor wide.
McGowan, he flips it in. Another mid-range shot, that doesn't go, and that's corralled by Keller. Nice little flip. Keller thought about it and said it's going to hand off to Flowers. Flowers is going to pull the trigger, and that's off the mark. What a great hustle play by Persinger. Doesn't get it to go, but then a blocking foul on the other end. Jake Healy doing a great job there initiating the contact.
Take one more look at this replay right here. Healy coming on the floor, and yeah, you got to be aggressive with the ball there, and Healy doing a good job protecting it. And take a quick foul, and now he's at the line for a 1-and-1 in this only 7 minutes left in this first half. Good spot to be in with the 1-and-1.
Yeah, both teams are actually in the bonus. If you get a nice look there, Coach Chris Martin. As of course everyone knows here around campus, led this Duhawk basketball squad to its first ever Sweet 16 appearance last year. It's quite a feat, and no shortage of talent this year to do it once again or even further. There's a triple off the handoff. That one is no good. And McGowan takes it off and hands it to Daisy Seho. Daisy Seho running the show here. Here's Healy. He's got under 10 to work on the shot clock. He's got to hurry up. Loses the ball, kicks it out. McGowan, three ball, no good. Jordan Boyd, though, comes up for the rebound and finds Healy. I think that's what they call a pocket pass.
That was beautiful. A little bit of flashiness there. You'll dish it off and a little spin action. Maybe going to replay on that just a little bit. But either way, beautiful rebound, beautiful cut. 2 easy points for the Duhawks.
Talks about Boyd's rebounding and ability for shooting. As we have an offensive foul drawn there by Navi himself, Cole Navigado, and that's going the other way. But boy, just a beautiful dish to Jake Healy. We're going to take another look though right here. Great job of staying with his man Navigado and backing him in, and Flowers just gives him a little too much of a nudge there, going the other way. A nice soft touch, floater, no good. Healy almost comes in for the rebound, sky and high, and instead it's an outlet pass for Concordia. Johnson, mid-range, no good. Pulled in by Daisy Seho, and he's looking to push. Some of the clock now. McGowan thought about it. 9 on the shot clock now. He's got to hurry up. Seho from the parking lot. Bang! From way downtown. Daisy Seho. Man. Here's Jers, and Jers on the other end is able to overpower Seho and get the old-fashioned and one to go for Concordia.
Yeah, Jers only a sophomore for this Concordia team. If I'm not mistaken, his brother, Jake, played on the team last year, graduated this past year, so a little brother-to-brother action, but now sophomore on the team, and he's going to go to the line for one more.
I'm gonna have a segment here. Ben's neat stat of the night. That's pretty cool, right there. That's pretty awesome. You know, we talk about, I don't know if it's the brother pipeline, but you see that a lot across just sports in general. And, you know, I mean, we have an example right here with, you know, Jalen Boyd, Jordan Boyd.
Yeah, exactly right.
How they've kind of blossomed into great role players and starters here for the Stu Hawk squad. Here's Jordan Matthews, though, taking it in. And that one just rolls off the rim. Stops on a dime was Juris. He thought about the three, and now it's back in his hands. He's got the mismatch of Boyd on. Here's Johnson now driving against Matthews. 24 on 24. Swings it out. Juris, pump fake, and somehow over the Boyd brothers gets that one to fall.
Yeah, nice little pump fake to fake out the help side defense there. That'll get you 2 quick points right there, and that's what you got to do when you don't have the exact size to compete down low like some of your other teammates might have.
Swings it around. Boyd's going to try his luck deep, in and out. I love the confidence though that Boyd has been having and getting a green light to pull from deep this year. You know, already, I think, has very close to the amount of threes this year as he had last year. Here's Matthews taking in, wild off balance shot. Jordan Boyd right there to clean it up.
Real tough putback right there by Boyd with just the one hand.
And that putback right there puts Boyd into double-digit scoring already. With still 3 minutes remaining here in this first half. Here's Johnson now taking it strong to the bucket. Oh, nice up and under, and beats Navigado. And that gets the Falcons within 2. Here's Healy now, goes inside. And Navigado gets it to go inside. He gives up one on the other end, and then he says, hey, whatever you can do, I can do better.
Exactly right. Navigado, he's got that lanky athleticism, I like to call it. That's what I thought I always brought to the table when I played basketball back in the day. The lanky athleticism can kind of sneak in there and use that stretch a little bit to stretch right past the defenders.
I've seen your shot, man. I'm surprised you're not playing in college.
You surprised that I'm playing at the college
you're
level?
Not playing in college. I mean, you got a nice stroke, you know, from 3-point range, and you're able to knock it down. You got the size.
Listen, CJ, you don't get intramural champs junior year for nothing, okay? I mean, maybe I hung up the jersey at Ankeny Centennial, but I'll get an I am an intramural champion T-shirt here at Loras College. That's right.
We're promoting intramurals way too much right now. Anyway, back to the action. You know, Johnson, the mid-range jumper, he gets it to go from the free throw line, and we're knotted at 34 with about a minute and a half remaining in this first half. There's Matthews now. And Matthews is going to take a timeout, taking it to the corner. And that's going to be the first timeout called in the half by Coach Chris Martin.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see the Duhawks, you know, just clawing back from that really rough start there.
Is that the dunk?
We're going to check out a replay coming up here, I believe.
Some type of replay.
Replay coming up here in 1 second. But, yeah, and the assist situation as well in these two teams is an interesting stat. Loras, 7 assists to Concordia's 4. And that just kind of speaks to this team's changed mentality to spread the ball out wide, and as much as they're kind of hanging on the perimeter, you can kind of see that. Duhawks have only taken, let me get my stats right here, I'm so sorry. Duhawks have taken 8 3-pointers. That was just 4 3-pointers a little while ago. Got my stats updated, and we'll get back to the action right now.
Well, there was some crazy stat the other night that I think Loras had taken 23 3-pointers either the night before or just some other like crazy stat like that. But you know, I know what you mean about the 3-point ball, but it's a great variety that they have on offense. Here's a screen by Kalinsky. Seho pulls it from the parking lot again. Unfortunately, doesn't get that one to fall. How about Ocean Johnson coming up with a big save to McGowan? And Daisy Seho is going to reset it. The shot clock at reset to 20.
Coach Martin going to get a set up here. We're going to get one good shot, hopefully right before the half, unless they push the great defense, get one more possession. But this will be the time they can set things up for sure.
Here's Ford with the one hand. The runner doesn't get it to go, and Concordia can hold for the last second shot. And that's what Jordan Johnson will do is he pulls it out, top of the key.
Shot clock is off. Keep your eye on Johnson and Jers. Some of the main scorers here for Concordia.
Oh, and a near steal right there. And instead that's going to be a foul on Ford. And that means free throws for the Falcons. So a 1-and-1 opportunity for Jordan Johnson. You see right here, Ford almost comes up with the steal, but then gets a little greedy right there. Hand in the cookie jar was caught.
Exactly right, yeah. And just smart move by Johnson to be smart with the basketball and not try to force anything when, you got control of the shot clock here. And he'll hit the front end of this 1-and-1. We got one more to go. And he'll try to make sure the Falcons are up in this ball game going into the halftime.
Well, Coach Martin has plays drawn up right now, especially that they worked on in practice. Under 5 seconds, you got to go length of the floor. We'll see what they draw up here. Try to get a good shot.
Five seconds on the clock.
Here's Seho. He's got a pull from mid-range, and it is blocked. That was a great design by Seho. He got all the way to the bucket, but unfortunately had that tipped just before it hit the backboard, and that's how the first half is going to end, with the Falcons leading the Duhawks 36-34. Take another look. Great defensive play right there.
A huge screen by Kalinsky, I believe that was on the defender at half court to get a good look at the end of the half. It's just tough when you don't have the size advantage in that kind of scenario. And as you said, Falcons will have a 2-point lead going into this halftime. So,
hey, and welcome back into the Athletic and Wellness Center. If you're just joining us again, CJ Pond alongside my guy, Ben Friedman. And as the halftime clock winds down, we get ready for what should be a very fun and anticipated second half now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to recap a couple stats from the first half. Loras doing a great job getting inside, working in the paint. Loras up 20-16 in paint buckets. Second chance points also a huge stat that we're going to look at, especially in the second half. Loras, 8 second chance points. Concordia, only 2. That means Loras is crashing the boards like they should be, especially with a team that, going up against a team that's roughly their same size. Fast break points, Loras is also up 7-4. And bench points, Loras is up 11-8. Those are some of the biggest stats I think that are going to be impactful in the second half.
Well, definitely a different pace for Loras, as we saw last night, jumping out to nearly a 50-point first half against Blackburn College. Tonight only held to 36 points, and Jordan Boyd only Loras score in double figures. Everyone else pretty even across the board.
Yeah, and it's looking to be real close the second half. 4 lead changes in the first half, and they were tied up 3 times. So we'll see what the intensity is like in this second half.
As that one is batted off of Brandon Keller, and that's going to go the other way. We talk about both of these teams' resilience, and one thing we touched on a lot last night is basketball is a game of runs, but so far tonight, besides that 11-4 run early on to kind of get back into it for the Duhawks, has been pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, right. Loras, their biggest scoring run was 9 points, and Concordia's was only 6. So, neither team having ginormous momentum swings, to say the least, and we'll see if one of those teams can maybe do that here in the second half and really supply a lot of energy. That would really push the scales in favor for one of these teams.
Ooh, nice little shake and bake move at the top of the key by Matthews. Couldn't get it to go, and so far shots aren't falling. It's about as cold as it is outside right now in the AWC. Both teams struggling from the field. As we have an immediate ground foul on Cole Navigado.
Nice little pump fake there from Keller. It wasn't even really a pump fake, just kind of held the ball in place for a second. Sometimes it's all about changing up the timing of what you're doing necessarily than what you're doing exactly with the ball. So just in there for a second, we'll get the defenders to jump, and that's how you draw a foul like that.
And then a quick foul on, another quick foul on Navigado, and that's 2 within a span of 5 seconds. And that's going to be 3 now on Cole Navigato. How about that? 3 fouls in the matter of 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I think it was 2 to 4 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, that is a not ideal, to say the least. And Navigato will maybe take a seat for just a little bit until the game clock winds a little bit more, because he's a valuable asset to this team, and it's really tough to pick up that many fouls in a short amount of time.
That's tough right there, picking up 3 fouls in 4 seconds. Yes, that's going to go into George, and George can't convert it. And still, we have almost over a minute in, and still no one has scored here in the second half as we have a jump ball immediately. That's going to go in favor of the Jayhawks.
We've seen a little bit of scrappiness out of the gate here. I mean, with the jump ball right there, and already some fouls coming up early. You'll see this fight for the offensive rebound here. Ford just getting it knocked out of his hands a little bit, but fighting for it and at least securing the jump ball rather than giving the ball away. So Jayhawks will come back on the other end with the basketball.
Ford's going to set the screen, or excuse me, Boyd set the screen for Rowan. Now up top, Matthews facilitating, puts on the moves, but can't get it to go. Here come Zietlow. Zietlow now kicks it to the corner. Triple, no good. And Matthews has numbers going the other way. Matthews, McGowan, Dacey Sahel. Ooh! Johnson with the rejection into the Jayhawk bench.
And almost 2 minutes into this half now, lots of shots fired, and we have not changed our score since the break. Still 36-34 Falcons.
Boyd inside. Boyd is going to pick up the foul. And let him flex on him, big man. That's going to be 3 the old-fashioned.
Exactly right. A real strong move. Hoping to get a replay here. It's coming up right now from our live sports crew. Dishing inside to Boyd. Takes his time, squares up. And you see just that little bit of an extra, getting the shoulder out a little bit farther. He can sky up a little bit. Draw the easy foul. That didn't even really affect him when it came into the shot, and knocks it down.
Jordan Boyd, I think, held that shot a little longer than he usually does. He's able to draw that contact and then follow through and finish.
Yeah, exactly right.
It just pays dividends in the weight room and in practice right there. You can't really teach that per se. Inside to George. And George, oh, he blew the bunny. Oh my goodness. And then a double dribble is called on Ford.
A couple of basketball mirages there. Some things you rarely see. A quick missed bunny inside to a double dribble is not something that happens that often.
Very interesting right there, especially on that double dribble call. So here's George driving baseline now, and he misses another one underneath. That one's tapped out. It's going to belong to Concordia, but 2 easy misses by Oleglion George.
You got to shut out the Jayhawk defense on that one for sure, though. I mean, they collapse out on that baseline drive, and that's really important. If you get the right angle, it's not an incredibly difficult shot to defend when, as long as you got someone crashing down like we did. So the referee sorted out something going on here. I think with the time clock, it looks like maybe the shot clock. We'll go back in the action.
So he gets it in now. Here's Jers. Jers had it stripped, now on the ground, and look who it is. Again on the ground for the fight. Oh, great block by Jordan Matthews. And Matthews now maneuvering his way, slicing and dicing, and he's going to finally pull it out. What a block by Jordan Matthews down at the other end. Defense into offense, and then a backdoor cut by McGowan. McGowan goes up, can't finish. And he's going to get a chance for 2 at the charity stripe.
Yeah, it's a strong take there by McGowan, excuse me. But maybe if we get a replay here, you'll see what kind of off-ball action led to that shot happening. I mean, it's all about the Jayhawks moving on the backside, which is going to cause their defenders to get a little bit distracted, and it opens up that driving lane. And here's McGowan for his first one of 2.
As McGowan puts the Jayhawks back on top with that free throw. coming for the sharpshooter. And he knocks it down.
McGowan, who averaged 25 minutes a game last year, looking to add even more to the squad this year he's only a junior, but is still one of the biggest leaders on this team. He's had the most minutes, most experience than anyone.
Well, speaking of big leaders on a team, how about Jordan Johnson gets the 3 to go, puts the Falcons back at 1, and then a miss on the other end by Matthews, and here come the Falcons. Falcons back, transition 3, off the mark. Here's a rebound, goes inside, and another miss inside, another easy one. Oh my goodness. The Falcons cannot buy a shot in the paint. It's 3 now within the span of like 2 minutes. And a travel is called on Matthews now. That was Alex Antoni just missing that.
You'll see, there we go, yep, on that replay. Matthews just getting a little bit ahead of himself. Sometimes when you hesitate, it costs a little bit for you.
There's a triple right there. That's going to be off the mark. Rome McGowan corrals it, and here we go. He's looking to push. There's Daisy Seho. Seho going to drive in, kick it out, and knocked out of bounds by Jared Jers.
14 left on the shot clock, still plenty of time to get something up.
Yeah, and Jers is holding that or favoring that thumb. I think he might have jammed the finger on that. That looked kind of painful. Have to keep an eye on that. Nice lay-in right there. Rowan McGowan.
I like what McGowan did there. He drove left, got cut off a little bit, and then it's just that quick change of pace that enabled him to get around to the defender. Easy layup.
This is a blocking foul underneath. You know, talking about McGowan on the other end, his three-point shooting causes a lot of guys to immediately collapse onto him. And then one thing that I've loved about his game this year is being able to penetrate and get into the lane and hit those soft floaters.
Yeah, I mean, Rowan McGowan shot 43% from three-point last year, so you've got plenty of reason to worry about him. And 11 points a game, but that's what makes a versatile three-point shooter is when you got defenders who are going to close out tight on you, you can just sweep and go right around them.
And that ball is out of bounds with Jordan Boyd touching it, and so that is going to belong to the Falcons of Concordia, Wisconsin. Oh, Jordan Johnson, nice cut to the basket. Gets the Falcons back up top.
You see lots of off-ball action here from the Dewhawks.
And McGowan says, anything you can do, I can do better.
Beautiful backdoor cut from McGowan. That's exactly what we're talking about when this team that you don't have a ton of size. You have to find more creative ways to get to the ball and get open, and a backdoor screen like that leaves you wide open underneath the hoop.
And here's Boyd. Ooh, nice behind the back there, and Johnson's going to pick up the foul on the fast break.
Set up here after some substitutions. Dewhawks 28 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get something set up. Oh, but a lazy pass here from Ford.
Oh, nice move by Joey Zietlow. I think it was just a little communication from Ford, and I think it was McGowan who was...
Yeah, right. And Concordia was right up on him and tried to deny that in-ball, which is a really good way to force pressure and try to get an easy turnover, and that's exactly what they did.
McGowan goes inside. Navi's blocked. Back outside, McGowan. Now going to take it himself. Daisy Seho. No. McGowan's in there for the rebound, and he gets it. Always finding a way to score somehow. Rowan McGowan.
I mean, he is just a solid fighter, especially down low on those boards. That's what we're talking about, those second chance points for Loras.
As thought he was in Central Park right there and decided to walk it out. Can't do it in basketball, and that's going to be a turnover for the Falcons. As we take another look, just a little bit of happy feet right here on the part of Gabe Kruz. As that one was tipped out of bounds on Kruz, and remember, Kruz made that big-time save at the end of the first half as he was able to block Dacey Sejo's shot from tying it up at half. So that might be kind of the deciding factor right there. So we'll keep an eye on that, whether that play has much significance down the stretch.
Yeah, neither team has really pulled away at all in the second half, but they kept it close, and there's an and one for Navigado.
Nice job of being able to get to the rim. He's not able to see anything out on the three-point arc, and instead he's able to take it in and really kind of pound it in there. And three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Duhawks up 4 now, might be the biggest lead of the second half that we've seen.
There's a handoff right there. Inside and stolen by Jackson Kalinsky. Kalinsky going to push it ahead to Matthews. Matthews is going to look for options here.
I'll give it a
Swings it out. Navigado, nice move inside. He is able to get it to go.
And Concordia is going to call a full timeout as we're going to try to swing this momentum back in the favor of Duhawks up 6 now.
That was a nice move by Navigado, just kind of sliding, gliding through the lane. Was able to convert on the layup.
Yeah, I mean, this is the story of the game that we're saying so far, but whenever the Duhawks get spread out on offense, they're opening up driving lanes, and it's either allowing people to make backdoor cuts and get easy baskets, or, for instance, right there with Navigado, you just get around your defender, and the help defense is almost a little bit too far away, and he's got that body to just slide right by him, and easy 2 points. And another story we want to talk about really fast is the rebounding situation. Duhawks up 30-24 on the rebounds, but more importantly, 9-3 on offensive rebounds. That's exactly what we're saying with getting easy second chance points. And as long as they can keep doing that, they're going to continue to build on this run that they've established.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt about that. And that's a point of emphasis, as we kind of talked about a little earlier, Nate, is being able to crash the glass, and I think that's a huge point. And I think boxing out is kind of a lost art in today's game. A lot of people just want to tip it out, get out, run the fast break, not really be able to put, get a body on someone and be able to corral that truly with 2 hands.
Yeah, absolutely. I would very much agree.
We'll resume action here a little over midway point here, or under the midway point here of the second half. Duhawks up 6. Here's Johnson now. 3 ball at the top of the key. That one's short and hauled in by Navigado. Navigado using the Kalinsky screen. He goes up. He gets it to go. Cole Navigado, what can you say?
I can say now he's got 13 points on the game. That's what I can say. And about, 6 or 8 of them here in just the past few minutes.
As a tough one that does not fall for Joey Zietlow on the post, but he's going to go to the line for 2. And having a couple subs here, checking in. Coach Martin talking to these guys, ready to come in. Rowan McGowan and, of course, Jordan Boyd. And Zietlow gets it first.
Some major sub changes here as both coaches are going to give their team some breaks just before the halfway point of the half.
So here's free throw number 2 from Zitlo, and he is able to convert. You know, Zitlo has really impressed me tonight for Concordia. I feel like he's been kind of everywhere on the floor. And, you know, he has 9 points, which you know, is second to Jordan Johnson. I mean, there's a perfect example right there.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of those guys where 9 points on the scoreboard, but his impact goes a lot deeper than that. He's providing energy, and especially defensive energy. I mean, something right there, like he's going to pick up a quick foul, but it's being aggressive on defense and trying to get ahead and push the tempo and pressure in this ballgame.
Also saw him in pregame warm-ups. He can get some ups. Going McCown knocks that triple down, but Zitlo can get up. And so that one, I think he was trying to maybe do a little bit of showtime there, but unfortunately a foul came first. That 3-point, the Jayhawks up 9 now. There's Johnson swinging it out. Flowers now. Also hesitation, gets it out. Zitlo pump fake. Oh, nice dish, but it's stolen. There's Navigado, takes the contact, and that's a blocking foul, and that is going to count. The bench loves it. Coach Martin loves it. And so does Navigado, and he's going to go to the line for one more.
I mean, Zitlo doing the right thing on defense, trying to get back and get set, but just a second too late. And Navigado's going to pick up the and one. And that's up to 15 points. And that defensive effort on the back end, too. I mean, you saw the Jayhawks get a little bit scrambled, but Matthews coming up and just really smart defensive awareness to have that IQ to get over, get the steal, which led to this Navigado and one bucket, and he will tack on one more.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, we saw too Zitlo, but Navigado, I think, did the great thing of going and avoiding the straight-on contact, going to the side of the body. That's going to be a blocking call on Zitlo 99% of the time. So here's Flowers now. To the Johnson. Playing a lot of perimeter ball right now. And another steal by Jordan Matthews. Matthews slings it out to Healy, and Healy goes, really crashing into the boards over there. They're the Jayhawk bench. What a hustle play by Jake Healy.
And Matthews just getting a little bit ahead of himself. I think we'll get a good look at that here. And a little bit farther, I think he saw Pat Hunt, the manager, open in the corner, but Pat not in the ball game at the moment, unfortunately for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, no, I liked where Jordan Matthews' head was on that. Just unfortunately didn't work out. There's a 3-ball by Flowers, doesn't fall, and a great rebound by Boyd, but it's slipped, and it's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to going to Loras for the last touch by Camden Flowers.
I like how that was live.
The Jayhawks now up 12. That's kind of understated. In the past few minutes, I think they've kind of sneakily snuck ahead. I guess that works. But Jayhawks up 12 and looking to make that at least a couple more here as Ron McGowan, step back jumper, gets it to go.
I just want to let you know, too, we don't have any dictionary, so you want to make up words on this broadcast.
We are doing this broadcast without a dictionary, ladies and gentlemen.
So anyway, though, here come the Jayhawks. Ooh, Jake Healy ahead. Oh, hangs in the air and gets it to go. Had the 2-on-1, decides to take it himself. And Jake Healy now, only 4 points, but again, kind of like one of those Zitlo guys. He's out there, and it's like he's had the impact on the floor.
And now you can audibly hear that energy in the gym as Jayhawks up 16 now. That's the run they've been wanting and looking for and hoping for.
So we're going to get a quick timeout. And Ben, you know, we talk about so much success with this Jayhawk basketball squad, but it can't be overlooked some of the other feats and accomplishments of the athletic programs here at Loras College. And why don't you talk a little bit about that? Because we kind of have some like low-key breaking news here from today's events, especially when it came to cross country.
Yeah, coming in from regional championships, our women's cross country team was just killing it, to say the least. Cassie Rosenbaum is your Central Regional Champion at the cross country meet, along with Audrey Miller for Loras getting 7th place. Fantastic showing for some of Loras' top runners. But the men not far behind either. Luke, you're going to have to help me with this one, CJ.
I think it's pronounced
Luke Gatormson. 7th place for the Dewhawks. Men's placing 6th overall, women's placing 3rd overall in the regional championships, which is fantastic. I mean, Bob Schultz, as a head coach, has led this team to success over and over and over, and it's just great to see that for the whole Loras community and Dewhawk athletics.
And it was really cool getting a lot of Twitter updates today from that Loras cross country account, and just seeing, especially when I saw that Cassie had, won the regional championship for the solo. I was like, that's fantastic, and that's great for the program. It's great for her, and I wish them nothing but the best of luck to those who go to nationals.
Absolutely right.
Anyway, back to the action though here on the hardwood. Concordia is trying to get back into it, and a step back J by Jordan Johnson. And Johnson is single-handedly keeping this Falcons squad in it. He's got 20 points here.
Yeah.
We still have halfway to play here in the second half.
That's what we're talking about, like creating space right there. I mean, the step back can do that, but you have to sell it right with your shoulders. And Johnson knew exactly how to do that. Step back, pull up jumper, 2 points.
Let's see if Concordia can get a string together. There's several stops. Bill McGowan was in a good move, and that's not going to happen. As he gets a nice soft touch in the lane, gets the 2 points. He's got 18 on the night. There's George now. George going to swing it to Johnson. And a steal by McGowan. Here comes McGowan. He's pushing. Flips it over to Healy. Healy's shot won't count, but for shooting practice, that's pure from the corner.
If only. And Healy will come out here for Matt Dixon-Sejo.
Well-deserved ovation right there for Jake Healy. Like I alluded to a little bit ago, only 4 points in the books right now, but those 4 points mean a lot. He's a scrappy player out there, and he's giving it his all. McGowan at the line for the 1-and-1. That's another thing we should know too. Dewhawks already in the 1-and-1, about halfway point in the second half. Dewhawks still have 2 fouls to give for Falcons at the line.
Yeah, I mean, the only advantage there for Concordia is they can slow down the pace of this game a little bit, but not always ideal when you're sending the Dewhawks to the line. A team that, I think it was last year, held one of the top free throw shooting percentages in all of NCAA. We're talking D1, D2, D3. This is a team that historically has been fantastic for the charity stripe.
I know, talking to some of the guys as well as Martin, he loves free throws, and he knows how important they are, especially in today's game where, it's not saying that you can't be as physical, but a lot of the physicality has been taken out, and it's more about protecting the shooters in an offensive game. So that defense, perspective in the game is kind of scarce. So when you are able to get to the line, you got to convert.
Exactly right. And we see Antone, excuse me, I think I got that right.
Antone, yeah.
To the line for Concordia. Jordan Boyd trying to sneak around and get a quick steal there, but to pick up the foul, and Antone will put one on the board for Concordia there.
So here's Boyd after Antone splits the 1-and-1. Dewhawks eating a little bit of clock up here. There's McGowan. Sejo, quick trigger release. Someone's going to have to step out and guard Sejo eventually, like from deep, because he's not afraid to pull it from downtown.
He's established his range a little bit earlier with that beyond NBA three-pointer, and good to see another one right there for him.
Inside, and nice job winning the battle of the bigs down low. That's a 6'7" sophomore, Brandon Keller from Wisconsin.
It was a great post-up by Keller. I mean, square him off and let your teammate toss it up behind you for an easy bucket.
Yeah, really took McGowan to school right there. Speaking of taking people to school, though, McGowan on the other end, in and out. Nice feed go by Ford in the post, getting McGowan open for that three. There's Johnson on the other end, feeds it to George. And a nice play right there. Oh, nice pump fake though on the other end. Sejo, he's feeling it. Unfortunately, doesn't get it to go. Matthews corrals it, and he's going to get the 3 points regardless, but the old-fashioned way.
And you can see that Dewhawk bench in the background, fired up. after a rebound putback like that, especially from Matthews. He's only 6'1", but he plays like he's about at least 5 or 6 inches taller.
Yeah, and Matthews' game impressed me from last season when he was a freshman here. Obviously, I thought last season he needed maybe to develop his offensive game a little more. Defensively, I thought he was sound, and he's just continued to grow on me defensively. But his offensive game from last year through the first 3 games this year, solid, and it's been a miraculous. You know, he's been putting in the work in the gym all summer, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, exactly right.
Nice drive inside right there. And again, we talked about Johnson. I feel like Johnson might be playing these final 7 minutes fully through, trying to get his team back into this one. There's Healy now, swings it around. Oh, nice speed, pocket pass, and unfortunately Floyd's not going to be able to finish it, but he's going to go to the line for the 1-and-1 opportunities. That foul was on the ground, but a nice dime pass right there by Daisy Sejo.
Personal foul, Keller is third. On 42, foul number 9. Boyd from the line, Loras.
And Boyd's able to get the first.
And Boyd, who shot 56% from the line last year, he's looking to hopefully increase that percentage. You get 1 on the board for the Duhawks right here.
Can't hit the back end of the 1-and-1. Now, Concordia trying to get back into this thing. Here's Johnson. Oh, nice find underneath. Double team though coming. But a second chance opportunity is no good. And now Jordan Matthews is out and running for Loras. Brings it out. Ooh. And nice block right there. Now it might be showtime. And it is. That is the 6'7" sophomore, Brandon Keller. Going up. And flying fell flat.
Basically had the whole half of the court to himself right there. At that point, no chance for the defense to get back. 2 easy points for the Falcons.
Nearly stolen. Daisy Sejo thought about pulling that one from deep. And that one's knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Loras. As we're going to get our substitution here. Kalinsky and McGowan coming in the game for Boyd and Hewitt. Coach Chris Martin's going to call a quick timeout for the Duhawks.
I can't. I'm on there right now. Oh, I thought it was still on.
And we're back after that timeout break. Inbound to Navigado. Navigado takes it strong. Nope. Kalinsky goes up. Doesn't get it to go. And in frustration, Jordan Johnson slams the ball down, and Kalinsky's going to go to the line for 2. First free throw for Kalinsky off the mark. I have to say though, their first game against Concordia Chicago, which was last Friday night, he had one of the quietest 16-point games I had ever seen. Jackson Kalinsky. You wouldn't even know he's on the floor, and you look up the stat at the end of the game, and you're like, wow, 16 points. How did that happen?
You need those kind of guys on your team. Those are glue guys right there that are just picking up extra boards and getting free rebounds and making the easy plays. And that's how you pick up a silent 16 points that will get you a nice, good win for the Duhawks there.
Heller was able to convert on the other end. 21 to lead to 14. And George with the reaching foul poked it away. Got a little too much of the body of McGowan, and that's more free throws coming up for the Duhawks. They're now in the double bonus.
Take a quick look at that replay here. Roman McGowan working off the screen. Defender comes out just a little bit too hard. That is George on foul there. McGowan to the line for 2.
As McGowan knocks down the first.
Look at this coach. Oh, wait.
That's both.
Why would he find me? What the heck?
There's George inside now for Concordia. Ooh, big slam right there. Brandon Keller trying to get going here. He's now got 10. He's in double digits for scoring.
Falcons looking to chip away from this lead. I think Loras has been up at most, I believe, 17. And now they're at 14, but a little bit of momentum going the Falcons' way. After a dunk like that, and we're seeing the energy. You hear the energy from the bench.
I'm going to miss, but how about that? We're talking about how important flashing the defensive glass is, but on the offensive glass, Navigado, McGowan, you know, they've been there. Kolinsky, you know, they've all been there, and they've gotten a lot of second chance putbacks.
The Navigado's shot chart has to be, I mean, within 3 feet of the hoop. Oh my gosh, another dunk from Keller.
Yeah, the only issue right now with the Falcons is, yeah, they're scoring at will on the other end, a couple dunks back to back, but they're not getting stops on the defensive end. It starts with the defensive end. Getting stops. There we go.
That's what I was trying to say. It was exactly right with Navigado. You got to stop his shot chart when he's shooting and making everything, I mean, within 5 feet. I mean, of course you're going to make most things within 5 feet, but Navigado bodying his way in there. This Concordia defense has got to find a way to keep him out of the paint.
Here's Kolinsky. He got all of the AWC air on that. That one wasn't even close. Here's George now. Ooh. And it's a blocking foul against Dacey Sejo. Good job by George, though, to avoid the contact and kind of hit Dacey Sejo on the side. We talked about that earlier. You hit him on the side 99% of the time. As we see right here, that's going to be the block.
Yep, exactly right. Smart move by George to clip his shoulder there a little bit and not go right on. And if Dacey Sejo could have been just a little bit more set, maybe would have gotten the charge, but George to the line for 2.
12? I swear to God, I was.
You can't convert. Every point critical here for the Falcons.
Do they clean in Oh, are they still there?
So George hits the back end of the 2 shots. Nonetheless, still a 13-point game with just a little under 4 minutes to go here in the half.
There's some little kids right here.
There's McGowan. McGowan being doubled. Sorted up the forward on top. Shot clock down to 10 now. Dacey Sejo, double coming. Able to find McGowan. McGowan steps into the 3-ball. Yes, sir. The final 1, 2, 3. That's a triple.
McGowan now with 25 on the night.
Oh my goodness! What a backboard pin by Jordan Boyd. And I hate to cut you off there, Ben.
Anytime something like that happens, cut me off anytime.
Oh my goodness, but as you were saying about McGowan on the other end.
I was just saying 25 points for McGowan, but 3 Duhawk players with over 13 points. We have Boyd with 13, Navigado with 18, and
then how about Zelo on the other end? What a rejection! Oh my goodness! And then Johnson is able to finish and cut the Duhawk lead now down to 14 with about 2.5 to play.
So we're getting some scrappy, high-energy defense from both squads here, but right now Concordia is going to have to get up and pressure a little bit if they're going to cut out this 14-point lead.
I saw it in the eyes of Navigado. He wanted to put Zelo on a poster there, and Zelo wasn't having any of it.
Duhawk's just going to stay smart as possible with the basketball. Didn't pick up for them there.
Showtime. Oh, he missed the jump! Oh my goodness. Jordan Johnson can't get it to go. And talk about a turn of events. As Dacey Sejo, under 2 minutes now, is going to dribble to the top of the key. This place is getting loud. One more bucket might put this one on ice, Ben.
Duhawks now trying to run out the shot clock as much as possible. If you get an easy bucket like that, why not, says JT Ford. You'll put on 2 more for the Duhawks. Dacey Sejo almost with a steal there.
That might do it. Ooh, nice floater in the lane. Doesn't get that to go. And the man who might have iced the game on the other end comes up with the rebound, JT Ford.
I want to know.
As we're in a quick timeout by Chris Martin so he could get Jordan Matthews, and as he's going to take the timeout now. A little miscommunication there on the floor.
Yeah, Coach Martin, pretty genuine reaction there with an accidental timeout.
I thought this would be the better block.
Here's Zito's huge block. Again, you know, like I said, not giving up. And, you know, that's great that Concordia is keeping that attitude, you know, down 16 points there, just a little over a minute to play in this game. But nonetheless, I mean, how about, you know, just a couple not top 10, but I'll call it little top 10 plays. You know, the pin on the glass by Boyd, and then on the other end, Zito says, anything you can do, I can do better. Swat's now the guy. And foul is given by Johnson, and so that means Ford is going to go to the line for 2.
And Johnson now with 4 fouls, and that's not exactly ideal territory for your leading scorer. I mean, Concordia now, Johnson's Concordia has 24 points on the game, and you do not want him to foul out in this kind of crucial moment where a comeback seems a little bit unlikely at the moment, but you definitely don't want your star player out for that moment.
I like this shot.
It'll be interesting to kind of see here. I mean, Concordia is going to need some shots, and very quickly, if they want to kind of claw back into this down 18 now. But again, we've seen crazier comebacks. Mid-range jumper right there. That one's in and out. And that might be the icing on the cake. Ford struggles with it. Now McGowan trapped in the corner. How about Ford? Give it up. And boy, this might be the exclamation point. It is. And so that's going to put the Duhawks up 20. That looked like disaster from the beginning. Turned out in the Duhawks' favor.
It was a dagger in the coffin there.
Navi's still playing hard there. Is a great block. So Ben, as this game kind of winds down, we kind of tend to see, it wasn't expected. We thought this was going to be a lot closer finish than, a 20-point game, but it just kind of turned out in the Duhawks' favor like that. Some big shots down the stretch by Loras, some missed shots by Concordia, but overall, pretty entertaining game until the final play.
Very entertaining game, and it's really nice to see, especially from the Duhawk perspective of just seeing how solid of a game this was for the Duhawks. I mean, very, very, very steady on offense and very few turnovers. So solid on the boards, and a great win for the Duhawks to finish off this Loras Tip-Off Classic.
And that means that they're going to end this weekend still undefeated after a great win on their opening night at home against Concordia, Chicago, and then solid back-to-back wins, a wire-to-wire win last night against Blackburn College, and then a little bit kind of unsure result at halftime. They were actually down 2, but pull out the 20-point win in the end, and they're moving